Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming. So, something has happened in India which has been really annoying, and I wanted to share my thoughts and try to calmly look at this news story and not get ranty, but I'm probably not going to be able to do that. So, I'll just read you this article and then I'll share my thoughts, and I'll also try and give you some background into Indian culture, Indian society, and tell you why this is happening and what other reasons there are for this. Basically, 10 kids got arrested in the western state of Gujarat for playing PUBG Mobile, and they introduced a ban out of nowhere. And okay, let's read this first and I'll tell my thoughts. So, they didn't see us coming. 10 arrested in Gujarat for playing PUBG. PUBG banned in Gujarat. The arrest occurred Wednesday in western Gujarat, where authorities enforced an outright ban on PUBG last week over concerns about its impact on the behavior, conduct, and language of those playing it. Ahmedabad. Gujarat police have arrested 10 university students for playing PUBG, the hugely popular smartphone game described by one minister as a demon in the house, in every house. The arrest occurred Wednesday in western Gujarat, where okay, we've already read this. Okay. The students were released on bail later the same day, Police Inspector V.S. Vanzara said Thursday. As a police official, Rohit Rawal told the Indian Express the game was highly addictive and the accused were so engrossed in playing, they did not even see police approaching. Yeah, because you idiots, they wouldn't be expecting the police to come and arrest them for playing a game. Gujarat is the only state to ban the game, which has been downloaded more than 100 million times around the world. But concern has been raised in other parts of the country where close to 500 million people are online and cheap smartphones and data plans are bringing more first-time users into the digital realm. Parents and educators say the game incites violence and distracts students from their studies. So it's the same bloody excuse again. Minister in Goa described PUBG as a demon in every house. Yeah, you covered that already. Last month, a mother complained to Prime Minister Narendra Modi about her son's addiction to online games during a public interaction, and he replied, "Is this the PUBG one?" Yeah, we had this meme a month ago. Often likened to the blockbuster book and film series The Hunger Games, PUBG is free to download and its players stranded on islands against one another in a virtual fight to the death. Where do we even begin with this? The first thing, for anybody who's not in India, we are going to have an election soon as next month, basically. So first and foremost, this is a bit of a publicity stunt. I hope this doesn't catch on and this ban doesn't happen, but I wouldn't be too surprised if it does happen in other places as well, other states. So yeah, the first thing to keep in mind is there's an election coming up. So and this is also the home state of the Prime Minister. So those two things combined, and they might have thought, okay, let's just make a show of arrest. So like the students were released on bail the same day, so this was just a publicity stunt, so don't worry too much about this. And the other thing is Indian society is very new to gaming and all of this. I mean, it's not as new, but I mean, I was playing games in the mid 90s, late 90s, even early 90s, and people play games and this has been around, but smartphone gaming and this sort of thing is a bit newer. Now, this thing about affecting their behavior, conduct, and language. A kid must be playing the game and gets a bit frustrated or something, or he plays the game for 3 hours maybe, and people get mad because he's not studying. You see, the problem in India is unless you are studying for 18 hours a day, people think you are wasting your life. That is reality. I'm not even exaggerating. I'll give you an example from my own childhood, from my teenage years. And remember, my life was a lot more relaxed and chilled out because I did not have the same pressure from my parents as most other people. This is around 1996. I was in the 10th grade, and um, I remember getting a phone call from one of my friends, and he asked me like what I was doing in the evening. And I said, just chilling out, watching some TV, something like that. And he was surprised. He was shocked, like, what, you're just watching TV, not studying? I said, yeah, I just finished school, I had some dinner, and I was just watching TV. This is like 7 in the evening or something. And so he told me his routine. So basically, back then my school timings were 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 in the evening. So that was the normal school timing. And before school, I used to take a 2-hour tuition classes. So at 7 to 9 or something like that. I can't remember, 1.5, 2 hours. So that was the normal routine, everyday routine. So couple of hours in the morning, go to tuition, then you go to school for another 8 hours, and then you come back. And I used to chill. That was it. Most other kids, they used to come back and then have another coaching or tuition or something, and then come home, eat, and then study for the rest of the day until they went to bed at night. So this friend of mine, he told me his routine. He would go to tuitions in the morning, then to school, then another set of tuitions for another hour or so, and then 7 to 12 he would study every hour, like 1 hour maths, 1 hour English, 1 hour science, and I think 2 hours maths or something. Anyway, so that was his routine. And he was shocked that I was just sitting and just doing nothing. So that is the kind of pressure kids are under in India. So if a kid takes out his phone and plays the video game for 2 hours and says, "Oh shit, I got killed again," parents will freak out. And may I just say this, teachers in India, they are the worst in the, I mean, I'm not even trying to hide this fact, but they are absolutely shit. Most of them. I have studied in different types of schools in India. I've studied outside of India. I've studied in the UK. I've studied in different states in India. Different types of schools, like your posh schools and like normal schools, schools where we were provided food, English medium schools, everything. And they are overrated. Most of them are teachers because they couldn't get a job anywhere else. Half of them don't know what they're talking about. They have no real world experience. They've just read the books, finished their courses, couldn't get another job, so they just became the teachers in the same school, a lot of them. And a lot of them, mostly in India, a lot of them are older women, mothers, so they are very strict as well. And personally, I think yeah, they are given way too much credit when they are very useless themselves. Now I remember when I was in school, this is again same time, one of my chemistry teachers, remember him deducting marks from my paper for a punctuation error. Yeah, a chemistry teacher cutting marks for punctuation mistake. Anyway, that's besides the point. So yeah, let's look at the comments, see what people are saying. Most of them might be saying, just tell the government that PUBG gamers will not vote for BJP and magic will happen. Yeah, that is interesting. They've just done this in Gujarat. So I'm guessing if somebody tells them that the young voters will not vote for you if you do this, they might change the tone. Ban mobile phones, game over. One of the least literate state, and it shows. Yeah, one of the least. I mean, I think I'm in the least illiterate. Yeah, least literate state would be UP or Bihar, I think. Ban this, ban that. What age are we living in? Yep. They ban toilets too. Better play PUBG in PC. No one come to see you in room. Oh, what does that mean? Yeah, I think what they are doing is, this is not like a technological arrest or something, like they spotted the IPs and did something. No, no, they were just making a scene and trying to do a publicity stunt. And I wouldn't be surprised if those kids were like actors or something as well. Could be. Or just a... Should ban Balner in the comics. Okay. Banned video game. What have we become? Another China. This is not only a normal video game, but addiction like cigarette. At least the games which are Candy Crush or other games which were popular but not addiction, here you are literally addicted. I've seen my sister's son how he gets frustrated when which we restrict the internet. He screams he's not like this before. Bloody hell, this is some idiot. He screams he was not like this before. He used to play earlier, but he used to close whenever we reminded him to study. But now he is addicted to PUBG. He changed a lot as soon as he gets back home From college, he goes to his room, spends minimum of 3 hours in his room playing. See, exactly what I was saying. So he comes from college and spends a few hours playing games. That is a problem. You see my point? Like, they are not telling us that he went early in the morning to coaching. He was out all day. He was in college all day. Now he comes back home and tries to play a video game for a few minutes, not few minutes, let's say few hours. Now that is a problem. Instead of talking to the kid, instead of asking him what's going on in his life, why he's so hooked on this game, no, just take it away, ban his internet, take away his phone. That is the solution to everything, and they expect a normal relationship with their kids by doing this. See, this is the problem. Like, the only solution is take this away, take that away, go to your room and study if they have a room, and otherwise just study. Again, back to my school. We were in the 10th grade, and most of the time was physics, chemistry, tuition. Those were the classes. On Monday, we used to have 2 physical education classes at the end of the day. So those were like the only time in the week where we were not studying. So, and we did not have good infrastructure. I mean, we had a ground, football ground and stuff like that, but it was just unmaintained and nobody gave a shit about it. So we would either just hang around, play cricket or something. They even removed those 2 classes and replaced them with extra maths classes during that school year for us. So you can imagine how little people have time for any sort of entertainment and stuff like that. So what is saying? Playing his game and coming out in between for dinner or sometimes to drink water, and goes back and plays till he gets sleep. This is the effect I've seen. Even though I also used to like video games in my teenage, that is playing Prince, Greenberry, etc. But I've not seen a teenager hanging on like this, like a chain smoker. He's addicted. Hence, we need to ban this type of games. Our sister's family is not the only one who are suffering, because you are all the same. See, now this is a very good comment, not because, but this explains the Indian society very, very nicely. So they are not going to communicate with the kid. They are not going to sit down and say why he's playing. The uncle or the father or the mother, they're not going to say, okay kid, let's play together. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to say he's addicted, he's been out all day in college, he comes home and plays the game for 3 hours, so let's ban his internet. So 3 hours of him playing is so much that banning is the only solution. I mean, most phones don't last for that long with their battery, so I don't know why that's a big deal, but anyway. So his solution is just ban it, ban these type of games. And yeah, he starts off with saying this is not only a normal video game but an addiction like a cigarette. Are cigarettes banned? No, cigarettes are not banned because they get money from the taxes and stuff. But ban this. I don't think this is going to happen. Like I said, this seems like a political stunt, but this once again shows you the issues. So on this occasion, unlike games being demonized, this is more of a political stunt. I mean, it is being demonized. So you have this woman standing up in the crowd and pretty much asking the Prime Minister to do something about this because of PUBG. Because yeah, the kids are not studying for 17 hours every day. And this guy again, I also used to like video games in my teenage years. This is also another very annoying thing that I've noticed with Indian society. Like the older people, the parents and the other people who restrict you and who don't want you doing things, they often sit down and tell you stories about their teenage years and their childhood and tell you how they were doing some naughty things and getting up to a mischief. But when you try anything, then it's a big issue. I remember once in my sort of community where I was living in, some kids were playing cricket and they broke a neighbor's glass, I mean, like the window glass in the kitchen or something. And there was like a whole meeting arranged. So all the grown-ups, all the parents, mostly the fathers, and all the kids were asked to come. Now, they were forcing everyone to come because they were going to, you know, have a discussion or something. And they invited all the kids, all the sort of older kids, including me, even though I was not one of those who used to mingle because I was studying all day at home. So we all came down, and Basically, the parents just ranted and scolded us for what seemed like an eternity. Like, you're playing, you're not doing this, you're just smashing windows and nobody's studying, and look at your grades and blah 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 blah. All of them. And a lot of those guys were either professors and like very professional college. We had a lot of professors, if I remember, in that society. Anyway, one guy stood up, like a father, older guy, and he pretty much scolded all of them, all the older fathers, by saying that, you guys, have you forgotten how you were when you were a kid? Did you not play? Did you not do anything like this, like do something naughty, break something? And do you just expect kids to just study and work all day? Like, let kids be kids. And he just said that, and he just silenced everyone. And then the whole meeting and everything was just dismissed, and nobody ever talked about it again. See, that is what we need. We need the older people, the parents, the teachers, to get involved, not just be like dictators, just telling kids what to do, use your time, because you are not expected to do anything else other than just work. There's no time for relaxation. And even if you see some of the other things that people do for relaxation in India that are not considered addiction and stuff like that, cricket, for example, in India is very big, Bollywood is big, but those things, they make money, so they are not looked at in the same light. A cricket match, a one-day international, on average takes about 7-8 hours at least, just the game alone. Test matches last for 5 days. Even a T20 match will take 3 to 4 hours at least, especially with the pre-match stuff and the post-match stuff. Nobody has a problem. People will sit and watch TV all day, every day, just sitting in front of the TV, and they'll have WhatsApp and all the YouTube stuff and stuff. But no, you are playing a game, and maybe the kid gets a bit frustrated when he gets killed in the final circle or something, and that is a big deal. So yeah, I hope Indian society matures, and the parents and teachers especially. I mean, honestly, I don't give a shit about the teachers here, because like I said, my experience has been terrible, and this been terrible because I did go and study abroad. I studied in the UK. I know what teaching is in other places. Indian teaching is shit, trust me. So anyway, just wanted to share my thoughts. Sorry if it got rambly and went off a tangent, but yeah, this is annoying. Hopefully this won't be a permanent thing. And look at this. Play this game for 1 minute and see why everyone is addicted. This is an ad for how ironic. That's just brilliant. But anyway, share your thoughts as well. Let me know. And what would you do if they do actually get serious about this, ban gaming? I don't think they'll go as far as ban Steam and other things, but who knows? Because with the governments, if they're not making money, if they're not getting enough money coming in from taxes and stuff like that, they don't care. And gaming is a very small community in India. The voice is unheard. It'll only be people like me making a few videos who are probably going to say something against this, but everybody else will be in agreement, like, yeah, ban it, it's bad for kids, bad for kids. Yeah, blame the games, don't blame your poor parenting, don't blame the fact that you don't even know what your kids do, what they like. They just expect them to just put their heads in the books and study all day. So anyway, sorry if this video got a bit long. Thank you for watching if you did until the end, and yeah, have a nice day.